Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Hanging in there.
Good.
I'm going to go skiing today, but it snowed, ironically enough, so I can't.
Oh, I thought you were going skiing tomorrow.
Well, originally I was going to go today, that's why I changed it.
Ah.
So, we'll uh, we'll see. I've been done this book for or this part for like 10 days. I don't remember where I was.
Oh, I literally just finished like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. Uh, hello, Amber.
Hello.
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 His mic is annoying.
What were your technical issues?
So the fancy podcast headphones from Skull Candy that I have were like you can the side tone where you can hear yourself through the headphones so you know what you sound like uh was all the way up and I couldn't figure out how to turn it the fuck down. It took me like 10 minutes to figure it out. 'Cause it's all driven off the left headphone, so it's like hold down the top, press the top for 2 seconds, hold down the bottom, press the bottom 3 times. Push in the slider on the side, turn the slider. I had to figure out what combination of what was right to turn it down. I almost threw him across the room and said, "Fuck this." Uh, but I was all in at that point. I couldn't give up. So, but I've been done this one for a while. I did I audiobooked like an hour of the passage this morning,
I'm proud
and
of
then
you.
my mind kept wandering, so I have no idea really what was going on. But
Are you still in the past, or I guess
no, they're Alicia.
yeah.
Uh, Somebody's about to turn 8, and they're like all excited, and their brother was like, "It's not what you think it is."
Nope.
I think it's I don't remember who it was. You know what I'm talking about?
Not
He
quite
was
actually.
he was like warning her, like they don't come back till they're like 25 or something, and then by then they won't tell anybody what happened. So it's a big like mystery where they go.
Oh! I do remember. Yeah, yeah. Because they try to protect the kids, so they keep them like isolated. They don't really know anything about where they live until they turn 8, and then you like become an adult.
Well, that sounds awful.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
being 8 and being an adult, like, I no.
I'm still not an adult. My God.
Yeah, their plan. None of their plan really works out for long term. That's kind of why we're put into the story where we are, where you are.
Well, I'm trying. God damn it! I'm halfway through it. So yeah. As always, the problem is it's just not Stephen King.
To be honest, I can't remember. Like, I do remember really enjoying the first book, but the series as a whole is it's just so different from the first book. So I can't remember if it was the series or if it's the book that's the first one. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, I like the idea so far, so I'm trying to I want to like it. God damn it! We'll try. I got 2 books I'm not finishing, and then like when I don't care, then I just pick up my graphic novel and find out what Roland and Susanna are up to. I mean, Roland and Susan. Um, they just met. I was reading last night. So it starts with him finding his mom and Martin and you know what? I got to open that now that I'm talking about it because they asked Martin what the fuck his name was, and he said, "Oh no, you know what happened? Okay, so he was Martin, and he looks kind of like a Spanishy guy with shoulder length hair and a mustache as Martin. I
Okay.
don't know if you guys looked at the graphic novels at all. He might have been
No.
in the picture of him in the Dark Tower. So, and then they're like, it before Roland gets to those Susanna, he meets her on the road. They go to Let's He Go and Martin. and Martin meets him as Martin, and then he undergoes a physical transformation, and he looks like Barlow, kinda, mostly, and then he's Walter. I'm like, okay, what is going on? This is all new information.
So he looks
Uh,
different as each person.
Apparently,
That's
um,
interesting. I didn't imagine that for some reason.
me neither. So he definitely. I mean, I could.
Well,
I'm
that would kind of make sense though, in that like Roland didn't automatically put like the Man in Black together as Martin or Walter. Like he, it seemed like there was a separation for him until a
yeah.
point which
Just
I don't
chasing
remember what
Walter.
book, but
Wasn't he chasing Walter because Martin fucked his mom?
yes, I think.
Who knows? It goes back. Anyway, more convoluted. So, but I thought it was interesting that he actually there was a physical transformation when he went from Martin to Walter. Like, well, wait a minute. First of all, he can do that, and second of all, he looks different. Um,
Yeah, that was
so Eyebolt Canyon is like 100 feet tall. I didn't picture that in the book. There's a picture of them three walking into it.
yeah,
Sorry. Go ahead.
that's a big like ramp then or whatever, like incline.
Yeah, and like some tentacle reaches out and eats the bird. Yeah. So it starts with him finding her, and then it goes his mom and Martin, and then it goes. Dad says, "Hey, stupid! I knew the whole time and couldn't stop it for some reason." Sends him west. So it um so it just got some ages. They met. They were well met on the road for the first time. Like I think I did this with you yesterday. Amber. As for propriety, I'm surprised you know the word. Anyway, um, back to the book at hand. Where are we at? Where did we leave off? We left off with wiser, sometimes older, right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
On my lathe. It was an interesting, I don't know, informative conversation, I guess. Like how you get the background on all the dream shit, and then it kind of doesn't matter not that long after that.
Yeah.
Because shit starts to get actually weird and like, yes, he's still not sleeping, and can I just say how awful that would be? But it's almost a background at this point because now it's getting real.
When you also throw in the twist that everyone's saying he looks better, which is like, okay, why?
What is that about? Like wish fulfillment? Why is everybody saying that shit?
I don't know. Somehow the insomnia, I guess, is I don't know, rejuvenating.
Critical mass. Well, I'm trying to find my place. What are we doing? 5 to the end, part 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why. And this is he's going so like, why did he put that in there that everyone's like telling him they look better?
Well, I assume it's not for nothing, but I don't know yet.
There are no coincidences.
Not in Stephen King.
Or
No
maybe
Chekhov's guns here.
Huh.
Yeah,
Actually, that's
and
not true at all. Actually, he's all Chekhov guns. Sorry.
who's all what?
It's like where, like, if you see a gun in the store, you know that's going to be important later on.
Oh, right.
All he does, yeah.
Like in TV show, and they'd say that this happened when I was 5. Like, okay, that's going to be important.
Uh-huh.
There's going to be a reason we need to know that.
So I'm assuming there's a reason we like pay attention to the fact that people are saying he looks better, which I don't know. By all signs from we see, I feel like he's getting closer and closer to death. So that doesn't. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I mean, his sleeping thing hasn't gotten any better at all. Gotten worse.
No.
I think 158 was the last count.
Yeah, I was
So
like, dude, the number of times I don't even go to bed by that time, I just can't imagine.
it's the cumulative that I can't. I can't even comprehend it. I don't think it's even possible, honestly.
That's a good point. I cannot comprehend that because I'm like, well, first of all, I've never had insomnia, but even if I do go a number of days without sleeping, he's gonna catch up to me, and I will sleep 12 hours the next day.
Well, I don't
But
understand why he doesn't just, try and start going to bed earlier because it seems like he doesn't have an issue falling asleep. So if you go to bed earlier, even if you wake up earlier, you're still getting more.
Yeah,
didn't he try that?
he did try, but I don't remember why he gave up so easily. To be honest,
Well, I know he tried staying up later to get his body to sleep later. I don't remember if he tried it the other way around, though.
I don't remember
Like,
either now.
I was going. So, what's your favorite home remedy? I don't really have an insomnia one.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean,
Especially,
I've had actual insomnia. I mean, I've had trouble sleeping, but not for like weeks at a time. I don't think. I just my body just gets tired enough sooner or later. It's like, nope, we're out. Don't make it
exactly.
like this whole 6 months of sleeping 3 hours. I don't think it's possible. Like the exhaustion. He wouldn't be able to. Yeah, he's surprised. He's like mad at himself or upset or whatever that he's like forgetting something in the cupboard. I think it was like Jesus Christ. I'm surprised you remember get a
I know.
put your shoes on, much less find stuff. My mind would be such a
When
pain.
the when he runs into the old woman on the street and she's like, "Are you drunk?" I'm like, "Yeah, he probably is more than drunk with the lack of sleep he's had."
That's different. Didn't he run into her when the colors exploded, or was that?
Well, yeah, but
Yeah.
it could both be true.
Yes. I mean, well, yeah. That they're definitely related. So, but yeah, yeah. Oh, and that was since you brought it up. Why didn't she get out of the way? Why didn't she let him knock her over and then
a real
complain about it?
a real
Like she
Karen
saw him
there.
coming and said, "Hey, you walked into me," and I was like,
It
"Hey, Stu,
fell.
yeah,
Like,
Wait,
how does
did
that
she
happen?
fall?
She
she
said she
felt
was in the leaves.
It
yeah."
sounded like she just stepped off the curb, though.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I just remember saying wiping leaves off of her.
Um, yeah. I wonder what Weiser suffers from. We didn't really say. Did we say that? Slow sleep insomnia. I don't really know. I didn't bother to look what that means. Does that mean you can't fall asleep? The hell
Uh,
slow sleep. Um, right, he's like, it's been a good year, not the best. Like, so this Wiser guy's been doing this for what, 20 years? Jesus. I
Yeah,
mean, he's
well,
not
I
on.
don't understand why at the end when he tells Bill all he tells him, he's going through the people that he could tell other than him, and he's Weiser's not on that list. And I'm like, why is Weiser not on that list? Because you told him stuff before, and he seems like a guy who would understand.
He canceled the
So,
appointment.
uh,
Probably doesn't
yeah,
want
but
to talk
again,
to
I
him.
feel like he's a guy who would understand.
Well,
I
yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I was just say I love that Bill responded that way because I think that's very realistic, especially at their age. He's like, oh, it's happening."
And when he like says you sound like Ed, he's like, whoa, hold on, maybe rethink this thing. Like that's like kind of like
I mean, he had been already considering that. That's the whole. Like, I love the way this is written because it's like what any normal, sane person would be going through.
he's almost upset at Bill's reaction. But honestly, I mean, yeah, it's like I think it's kind of normal. I don't know that I would be any different if someone told me all that shit.
Right.
I'd be like,
Like,
well, why do
okay,
you
but
see him and I don't? Like, what is going on?
Yeah. Except for I don't understand why he hears satisfaction in Bill's tone.
what do you mean?
He's
Like,
very judgy about
Bill,
Bill, isn't
he what?
he? He's very judgy about.
Well, it's. I mean, yeah, I think it is judgment, but it's also, and I'm trying to find the line.
he thinks Bill's like a complainy old man, but then when bad stuff really happens, he has to like separate that and like, well, just because he complains a lot doesn't mean he's actually not hurting or something like that. Like, well, the guy's like lifelong. I mean, but the guy's like, lifelong mentor is dying, and he's like, well, I guess he's actually hurting a little bit because of that, so I'll cut him some slack. Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, but he's also like again, like you don't think straight when you're sleep deprived. Like he's very like level 1 of the hierarchy right now.
That's
Yeah.
true because he makes a series of bad decisions, and I guess you can't really blame him. But I still love the idea of sitting there like in the dark as the world's waking up, staring out the window, watching it come to life. Like I love that.
Oh, I do love doing that, but only like if I've gone to bed early and gotten enough sleep.
Yeah, only if like I was so tired the day before I passed out at 8 o'clock and got up at 3 in the morning.
Right.
Not because I'm tired as fuck and I can't think straight, and for some reason I'm not sleeping.
Now sometimes I have done that where it's like I wake up at like 2:30 and I'm up for like 2 hours. It's kind of like a nice like sleep break.
I've done that. I do that all like hell. I've done that when you're here. I'm like, I'm taking a nap. I'm tired, and sometimes I just don't get back up.
Yeah.
Well, and I feel like I read somewhere that like humans naturally are like not supposed to sleep 8 hours a night. It's more natural for us to sleep like 4, get up, do something for a bit, and then go back to sleep for another like 4 hours or something.
Interesting.
I don't
I
remember where I read that or why, but
I would say I could get completely on board with that because
Yeah, same.
that's kind of
Honestly.
how I roll anyway. I mean, not I don't do 4 and 4, but I don't sleep 8 hours straight ever. I'm always getting up.
Oh,
yeah.
I've known for years that my 8 hours is 6. Like as long as I get 6, then I've had a full night of sleep.
Yeah, 7 I consider well rested, and 6 is about normal.
Yeah.
Like 8 is like whoa. I don't know. Like today, I mean, it's part of this because I get up so damn early for my job, so I get up at 5:30 all week. So this morning, I'm up at like 4:50 because my body thinks it's time to get up. I'm like, no, asshole, we're not doing this yet. This is Saturday, and like by 5:30, I was staring at the TV and I couldn't go back to sleep. Like fuck, like so. Yeah, I don't remember what my point was, but other than I couldn't sleep because I had the
Time to
only
get
way
up.
I'm up that early is because I had slept so goddamn much that I can't go back to sleep. Not
Right.
because I'm up and now what? But I like the 4 and 4. I kind of do that accidentally, I think, quite often.
Oh yeah.
Or like this, I almost did that this morning, like because I was up so early. I knew I was going to be tired pretty early, so I almost went back to sleep at 9 o'clock and just said fuck it, because it's Saturday. I got Monday's a holiday. I got shit to do for 3 days. As you get old, naps become much more fun. So,
Hey, naps are still good now.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
and that goes back to there's nothing like a good nap. Like I just can't imagine.
Yeah. Like give me a good 45-minute nap and I'm like revived for the rest of the day.
And has he tried that? Just take a nap in the afternoon and
Well,
then go to bed?
he was about to fall asleep when he saw at the
The
end.
jump roping doctor.
Yeah.
Wasn't he falling asleep when he ran over May Locker? Whatever it
What
is.
ran over her? Oh, you mean the old
Well,
woman?
yeah. Wait, no,
No,
she's the dead woman. Wait, who's the old woman?
Roberts or something?
No, that's
Roberts?
him.
No, that's Ralph. Right.
Yeah. You're like, watch where you're going, Roberts.
Right.
Miss Perrine.
Oh yeah, that's who it was. Mrs. I think Perrin, something like that.
Yeah.
That sounds like a name from Castle Rock that I slightly remember.
This is
And
also random.
what's
Sorry,
random?
I was just gonna say I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, wait, that means the Roberts were there in Derry when like all of the stuff was going on in it. Like, just an interesting thought. Like, what did they think about that?
I think about that with every character in this book. Like,
Right.
ooh, where were they? Because he references it a couple of times, the flood of this and And
Mhm.
I think the one store closed at the flood. I'm like, where was Ralph like sitting above the red apple watching the people walk down the street when the like
Right? Did he
street
see putting
caved
on
in and the like didn't the whole like street cave in and it became the street underneath or
flooded?
something?
Yeah. It's a good
I
thing they
mean,
didn't
how
have kids too. Maybe they would have gotten stolen.
right? So yeah, so here's a question for Ralph: are kids still disappearing?
Well, it is Derry, so who knows? It's not like other towns.
Oh well, is it still that way? I don't
Uh,
know.
I think they said that at least once in here.
And what 1985 to what 94? We got like 18 more years. We gotta wait to find out.
Until
Yeah.
what?
27
Oh,
years.
yeah.
Every 27.
Right.
Does Pennywise have
Wait.
kids?
Is this in between? This is before they come back as adults?
This is out.
After.
After. Right. Sorry. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. So this
Well,
is.
So he's
according
just
to the
gone.
book, it's after. According to the movie, it would be in between.
Oh, the new movie. Yeah, the new movie changed the timeline. They
Did you
made the
watch it,
80s.
Alex? Allie?
Allie.
Sorry, my cats are fighting. What'd you ask?
Did you watch the movie?
Oh yeah, we watched it together at y'all's house or at Ed's house.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
But yes, I've seen it multiple times.
Because we were busy reading Anne Rice while she was watching the movie.
Right.
Uh, I've seen it's actually on Netflix. I've seen it a couple of times. You know, the first one I haven't made. I never make it through the first one, so I never make it to the second one.
There's a second one.
Part
What are you
2
talking about?
with the
It's
adults.
chapter 2.
Oh. I thought you were talking first. Okay. I was very lost. I thought you were talking about Insomnia.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Uh,
What are
is
you?
there a movie?
Would you ask her if she saw Insomnia?
yeah. So I was like, wait, is there a movie?
There's not.
I didn't think
Okay.
so.
I wish they would, but I think there's rumors of one in the works. I always Google like upcoming Stephen King stuff, so I get all the rumors mill stuff.
What?
And now like Google gives me top 10 Mike Flanagan movies and you know, shit like that. Because
Thank
if you click on the wrong link, you get all the ads.
Mm.
Anyway, so Weiser's conversation was interesting. I don't know that it helps us at all, or that we need to talk a whole lot about it.
I don't really
Whole lot
remember
of dream,
what they talked about, to be honest.
whole lot of dream facts. I guess the biggest take from Weiser is that he gets the lucid dreaming from him, and that seems to be slightly important at this point, becoming important because that last dream he had with what Carolyn on the beach, right, where her great visual head explodes with all the bugs coming out of it,
Yeah.
made me think of Creep Show, like because it was I was like, oh, here we go, the buried up to the neck again. We've done this before. Must be a phobia.
Mm.
Um, fuck, I lost my train of thought. He
Lucid dreaming from Weiser.
yes, there was something in that that he recognized that he was dreaming and he was I don't know that he ever actually manipulated it, but he like I feel like the lucid part is becoming important. So I think that's mostly what we need to know from Weiser. But yeah, it didn't go back to him. Like you're right, he should have talked to him. Whether and why did he cancel the damn appointment? Like, come on.
Well, I guess the warning scared him.
Yeah.
Who warned him? Ed? Like I would have I would have
Not
gone just be like,
Door.
fuck you, Ed. No,
Door.
Ed called him and said, "Don't fucking go to the pin sticker man." Or was that Thor? Wait a minute.
That was Door.
Okay, I
Yeah.
didn't think Thor took sides like that, but I guess no, he's not taking sides. He's just delivering. Who's he delivering messages from?
I was about to say he's a messenger, so I don't know if he has a choice.
Well, I definitely feel like he has definitely seen the auras too. Like he's involved somehow. I just don't know how.
Well, I
Doors,
mean, he's benevolent somehow. Like he knows stuff he shouldn't know.
Yeah.
yeah, like apparently everybody writes him off as old and crazy, and that's not what he is. I never really saw him that way to begin with. I mean, the first time we met him, he told Ralph he couldn't see his hand, but he didn't seem crazy. I took that more as something with Ed than something with Door. You know, Door wasn't making any sense. Um, he knows more than what's going on. I don't know what's special about him, but it's something.
But
Is he just
why?
so old now?
Sorry,
God.
I was just gonna say, why doesn't this mess, or why does Door or whoever is telling him to tell him that not want him to go to the appointment? Like, do they not? Do they think? That's what I was thinking. Is do they think that the appointment is going to work and they want to prevent that from happening because he needs to be an insomniac?
That's
I
kind
have
of how I was reading it.
Yeah, that was my first guess.
right. So the first take is the acupuncture is going to work.
Which
Uh,
is interesting because I was like, really, of all things?
right. I'm pretty sure that was a shot in the dark type situation. Yeah, that's a good question.
Or like, was it more of like preventing another attack, like Ed, or well, I don't know how Ed would have known. Yeah, I don't know.
Ed
Well,
knows a lot. He should.
yeah, before we actually, because that Door came to warn him, don't go to the pin sticker man before we had seen the doctors. So I thought maybe the pin sticker man is the little bald doctor.
Uh,
But
No,
before that,
yeah,
it was like, oh, so the acupuncture probably would have worked, but whatever forces are causing this insomnia probably don't want him to be cured of the insomnia.
but then it's like, is that force good or bad? Like, I can't tell.
Subjective.
Right. Like, is it
it's got
trying
to
to
be
Like,
kill
good.
him or is it trying to prepare him?
I think it's got to be good because it's not coming from Ed. Ed's the one that's like, stay the fuck out of it, or I'm going to kill you.
Well, then that again poses the question: why would a good force not want him to go to this acupuncture appointment?
Because he has to have the insomnia.
Okay, well, I guess that's the most logical answer, but it's still funny to me that I'm like, no, you can't go; it will work. I'm like, really? Okay.
Yeah, why don't they just say, please don't do that. We need you for something else.
Right? That would
I
actually
don't know.
probably work a lot better than just trying to like be all cryptic about it.
And like threaten them almost, like be
Yeah.
because yeah, it was me. Like, oh yeah, you don't want me to go? Well, guess who's going? Um. So, but yeah. So, all right. So, does Ed have insomnia? Does Dora have insomnia? Is that a prerequisite?
It's a good question. I definitely don't like that Ed or that Ralph is now seeing things that Ed has mentioned.
Ugh, right. Are you
Yeah.
seeing the colors yet, Ralph? Like, oh God.
And the little bald
Uh,
doctors.
I love those guys. We don't know them yet, but I love those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
they
one and
seem
two.
so creepy.
Oh yeah, especially the smiling.
Yeah.
I have pictures, or just Google like the little bald doctors. There's some really cool ones.
Well, and I don't
Uh,
their faces being like unlined and unhuman like, but having human features also made me think of the Tahine.
I was definitely thinking that, like the vibes they were giving off. I was like, oh, we're gonna see lost pet posters.
oh, like they
Or
were
like
wearing a
some
mask.
gosh stuff.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he did. He
I
said that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good.
I was just gonna say he said that they looked almost like they were drawn, didn't he?
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, also.
Also very creepy. Yes.
Did you see that? What's that? That was it John Lovitz on Cartoon Network? That show where he was like a psychiatrist, and it was drawn. The lines were very wavy and like shake, and the characters looked like they were shaking the whole time.
I don't think I
That's
was.
I can't think of the name of it. I'll let you know if I do. But that's what it reminded. They reminded me of. They're like the features were like almost always. No, I'm making that up. Moving. That's from Dark Tower. Yeah, that's a Tahini thing. But just undefined, and the way they seemed obscure just reminded me of that. Like not, I don't know, almost not very well drawn. Like, and then that also made me think, like, is because he couldn't see details. Is he are like Bill said? Are they even there?
Right.
Like he's like, okay, so you guys came out of a locked house, only you could see them. Nothing's missing in the middle of the night, and she died of a heart attack.
I also like that he keeps mentioning that, like, he's like, oh, Rosalie can see them. He's like, wait, is she? Am I attributing her movement to the colors and thinking that she sees them?
Yeah.
I think both Rosalie and Natalie, there's no doubt, and I don't know why he's fighting it.
Well, because again, if you're a logical person, like those are the things I would go in my head too. Like, I have very sleep deprived. I know it can cause hallucinations. Like, is this really happening?
I think I would just roll with it. I'm more of a roll with it. Like, all right, this is where we're at now. Okay, where's this going to go? Because everything Ralph's seeing, I've seen in some capacity before, so it would be. I wouldn't know why it was happening, but it wouldn't be completely unfamiliar.
I agree.
Was that drug induced?
I plead the fifth.
They say it happened in
It
my.
definitely, yeah, it definitely was. So I know what he's experiencing, but I wouldn't know why it was happening. Like, whoa, what is
Yeah,
this about?
it would definitely freak me out. I would honestly think it would be that, that myth they say that it can get stuck in your spinal cord. That's what I would think happened.
Yeah, what we used to hear was that it gets stored in your fatty cells, so when you lose weight is why you have flashbacks. Of course,
yeah,
I'm
our
pretty
version
sure that's all
our
bullshit.
version is it gets stuck in your spinal cord and then you crack your neck or your back and like it leaks out all of a sudden.
Oh, I never heard that. No, it gets stuck in your spinal cord was the one, at least in our old people circles. That's the only place that they can detect it, and the only way to test for it is to do a spinal tap, and you don't have to give them permission because it could paralyze you. So there's no way to ever test to see if you've done that.
No.
So I'm pretty sure all of that is just nonsense. So yeah, I wouldn't be completely freaked out, like be as a logical person being like, oh my God, am I seeing that? Am I not seeing that? I'd just be like, okay, why am I seeing that? I wouldn't, I don't think I would doubt its existence.
I was gonna say you seeing it doesn't mean it's real though. That's the point.
Yeah.
It never was up to this point. So, well, I don't know. Define real. I mean, I'm seeing it.
Well,
I guess it's not there for everybody else. I don't know. I mean, that's a hard question.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. I'm doing that now in the other. Wait a minute, what am I watching? It's Invisible Things. Oh, that's a video game I'm playing. No, Final Fantasy. Invisible things are attacking them, and they're trying to figure out why they can see them sometimes and other things. Yeah, I forget where I was going. So
I get why he is. Well, I mentioned the Rosalie thing because I like that added aspect of like, am I seeing it? Is the dog seeing it? Well, the baby's definitely seeing it, so it's not just me. Like, I like that.
Yeah.
I have questions for Rosalie that I can't
ask. Okay. Spoiler questions? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
I want to know if I'm not. We'll have a sidebar at some point. Ever. I want to know if she's like other people, and if that is why does Ralph see her? Why is he? Where does she come from? I guess. Why is she there? Whose dog was she's just always been? And this dog's like what? He calls her one of the old crocs. Like says he's been like just a stray dog for like 20 years, running around Derry. I guess.
Something like
Is she
that.
always out there like sniffing doctor tracks at 2 in the morning? And is this a new thing?
Well, he
Why
just
does
maybe never
she see?
killed.
Why do all the things that can't talk see the tracks and nobody else does? How annoying is that?
It makes me think that there has to be like some degree of either openness or innocence.
I was thinking like more of a lack of cognition, like because you're
Mm,
sleep deprived, or you're a baby, or you're a dog.
that's
You
true
haven't
too.
been trained what you're supposed to see and what you're not supposed to see. Mind is still open to all input.
That's funny. Like we're closed off. I guess that would be like your third eye.
Yeah, like science took over magic, so now magic doesn't work anymore. Um, no, there's some truth to that. Though. You don't. You're trained as. I mean, that's why. No, I'm not going to get into religion and all that, but
That's what I was
because
thinking.
you're trained that it's going to be that way, so you think it's going to be that way, and stuff. Who did we talk about that lives in the box and this doesn't fit in their version? And was it Callahan? What the fuck was that?
I'm not
He
sure
just
if I.
can't accept it because it doesn't fit in his version of reality. So no, one of the books we did, we thought somebody was like that. Like it doesn't fit, so it doesn't exist. Can't deal with that.
Isn't that Stan? That's why he kills himself.
Maybe. Fuck that. Uh, yeah, it might have been Stan. Yeah, maybe it was.
He was like, it scared him so much. He's like, I cannot accept that.
Yeah, it didn't fit in his. Yeah, because Stan had. Yeah, it was Stan because everything had to be in order and in its place with Stan, and that didn't. Didn't they say that it didn't fit with Stan's sense of order or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it was Stan. Anyway, is it me or is everyone in Derry losing their minds over this abortion rally? And hold on, I think I got to sneeze. Yeah, I'll leave that in there. Everyone's on the side except Ralph, right? There's not. I don't think we met one person that doesn't say either one side or the other is stupid. No one says they're both stupid, except the cop, Laydecker. I think says they're
Yeah, I
both
was gonna say
stupid.
he kind of has that position.
But
Well, I mean, I think Ladecker is still pro-choice. He's just anti,
choosing
uh,
death, chaos, anti-chaos. That's what it is.
Plus, yeah.
anti-chaos. That's a good way to put it.
He's like, I don't have a problem with her. I just don't want her to fuck my town up and do her thing and then go away and leave me to clean up the mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I get.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, God, people on Stephen King books really lose their minds over shit. Like, what was it? Throwing dolls filled with something that looked like blood at the windows? Like, God,
Yeah.
like, come on. I don't know that I want to have some political discussion with, like, is it ironic that pro-lifers are willing to murder people for their stance? uh, but anyway,
Ironic? Yes. Accurate? Also, yes.
like well, there's no doubt where I stand and all that nonsense. So I'm okay with that. But, like, what
it
the
it
fuck?
it did make me laugh when the cop was like, I mean, come on, nobody in Derry has to worry about losing their abortion rights. I was like, oh well, yeah. Well, Derry's not real, but maybe not back then.
Yeah. Wait 30 years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, oh yeah, I just I can't believe that we are where we are at this point. But Um. Yeah.
It
So
also
this,
sets up this nice event. Like, there's always something that's looming in the distance where it's like side versus side. So we know that that's going to be that for sure.
classic Stephen King.
Yeah.
Hong's receptionist, the pin sticker man, is named Audra. Wondering if it's
I
a
noticed
different
that too.
Audra. Very unique name. Maybe she's moonlighting, not making enough in her movie career. She came back. Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the end. She came back to normal and all that, and they lived happily ever after.
Yeah, but not in Derry, right? I don't think.
No,
Maybe they
maybe
got
they.
the.
I mean, yeah. Who knows? 8 years later, maybe she got tired of Bill, but she really liked Derry, and she settled in. Um. Okay, so it's leaving Wiser that the world explodes, or that way. It feels like.
No.
I mean, obviously, there's a buildup with these R's, so he sees them a little bit. He sees footprints in the middle of the morning. Uh, and so he's starting to see them more and more, and then all of a sudden, I think he like opened his eyes, and came outside, and everything had a aura, like auras that had auras on them.
Yeah,
Um,
I was thinking like it must be nice to be able to just like it's like reading people's minds because you're like you can tell if they're lying or not, basically.
yeah, you can see their emotions in them. That's interesting.
hmm
Like when Helen and not Helen, yeah, Helen, what's that girl's name? Her sponsor or whatever.
Yeah.
Gretchen, right?
Yeah.
You could see like Gretchen's. I think he was asking if she was keeping the house, and you could see Gretchen's like aura darken because she hated the way Helen acted about the house because it basically scared her.
Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, you'd be a good you'd go on the game show or you'd be Tyler Henry. You know
If
who
he
that is?
can control them, though, because it seems like he can't.
Say it again.
Like, he can't control when he sees them.
No, kinda. I mean, he seems to be able to turn them off when he really needs to, but I think they turn on whenever the hell they feel like it. And what is the? I mean, I don't know. What's the point? Why the art? Why is he seeing that? Is this some segue into the doctors? Are they related to the auras? The auras were on when
Well, the
he
doctors were leaving. Well, wait, everyone leaves footprints. Never mind. Well, wait, the doctors left footprints, so they're at least real in some way.
Yeah.
That's a good question. Does everyone leave footprints? I don't remember. Well,
He
Not that
sees
we've seen, but the only time he specifically says it is like that first time.
with Lois and Bill.
Yeah.
our Lois. Um, yeah, I think I don't wait. Lois and Bill had footprints.
That was when he first like started really seeing the aura stuff.
All right, so it's not just a doctor thing.
I knew.
All right. That is the end of the podcast. Everybody say goodbye.
Bye.
That